begin tonight at 6 o'clock with a man who's charged in the deadly shooting of a cleaning worker in Whitestown.
Kurt Anderson is charged now with voluntary manslaughter. Jenny Runovich joining us live now in Lebanon tonight, where the prosecutor made the announcement to pursue those charges just this afternoon. Jenny.
Yeah, Ann and Scott, Anderson is the 62-year-old homeowner who is now facing that felony charge. This is the probable cause. It's a little more than 12 pages long, detailing new details about what police say Anderson did that morning before firing a shot through a closed, locked, deadbolted door that hit Maria Perez and killed her. Now, according to the court documents, Anderson admitted to police he never announced himself, never gave a warning before firing his gun. Maria Perez and her husband were given the wrong address for a house cleaning job that morning. They tried the keys in Anderson's door around 7 a.m. That's when court documents say Anderson and his wife, sleeping upstairs, awoke to a commotion. Anderson told police the noise got more aggressive. He saw two people through a window, and he said he was terrified it was a break-in. Court documents say he told his wife to get in the panic room, or their music room, and he grabbed his Glock. All of this happening fast. The probable cause says it was only about 10 seconds between the time he grabbed his gun and the time he fired that deadly shot from upstairs into the closed door, hitting Maria in the head. He also told police, although he's been a gun owner since 2023, he never fired his own gun, even at a range. The only time he fired any gun was back when he worked for the Navy. Well, prosecutors today said all the evidence led to a clear decision on criminal charges.
What we're saying is that the stand your ground law does not apply in this case, as Mr. Anderson did not have proper information which would allow him to make the determination that he was reasonable in his actions.
So he is now being held in the Boone County Jail on no bond. The bond will be determined by a judge at his first court appearance, which is happening on Friday. Now, Maria's family did not attend the news conference today, but we are getting some reaction from family and community members. Our Ella Rhodes is here now. I know you were covering that part of the story for us, so what did you learn?
Yeah, like you said, Jenny, that the family did not show up to this announcement at the prosecutor's office. They did have a community advocate there, though, that spoke on their behalf. And there were also some people from the community who came out to the announcement to show their support for the family.
The Boone County Prosecutor's Office has filed one count: voluntary manslaughter.
Carolina Casureno believes this charge is not fair. Her nonprofit, Alliance for Latino Migrant Advocacy, assists Perez's family with local resources. She showed up to the prosecutor's update on behalf of the family.
My personal reaction, I think that this is extremely unjust. I think that this demanded a little bit more scrutiny. I think that this is something that a woman's life was taken.
The prosecutor mentioned the dangers with misinformation spreading online about the case. Casureno says misinformation spread about Perez and her family as well.
We see often, especially when it's victims of color, that their character is maligned consistently to paint a narrative. And what I think we should focus on is making sure that doesn't happen, that we humanize Maria's story.
People in Boone County showed up in support of Perez, like Megan Tomlinson, who says she's content with the prosecutor's decision.
I understand it not being murder, but it's still voluntary manslaughter, a felony too. It could have been a lot worse.
Mama 4, Stephanie Spencer, says this hits close to home for her, and she wants to see more charges against Perez's alleged killer.
It's just not right. I feel like he should spend life behind bars in prison, you know, not even seeing the possible chance of parole.
Spencer says what happened to Perez could happen to anyone.
I have to sit here and message people if I go to their house and let them know, hey, I'm showing up at your house. You know, it's truly been a scary world, and, you know, just knowing that it could happen.
Juntos, unidos, justicia por María.
Spencer came out to the peace gathering and vigil for Perez last week, and she plans to keep showing up for Perez and her family.
Justice for Maria, 100% justice for Maria.
Alma, that nonprofit we mentioned, they're hosting a resource drive for the family this Sunday. They're asking people to donate items for babies like diapers and formula, as Maria's youngest child just turned 1 year old, and that resource drive is this Sunday in Indy.
Yeah, I know a lot to cover
Yeah.
moving forward,
Yeah.
not only for the family who is still heartbroken and missing Maria, also for the community and this suspect now whose first court appearance is happening on Friday. Of course, we'll be here for all of it for you. Scott and Ann.
All right, Jenny Runovich and Ella Rhodes reporting live. Thanks so much. An attorney for Kurt Anderson responded to the prosecutor's decision today, saying in part, the death of Maria Florendo Rios Perez de Velasquez is a terrible tragedy that is heartbreaking for everyone involved. Contrary to the contention of the prosecutor and without discussing the specific facts of the case, we believe Mr. Anderson had every reason to believe his actions were absolutely necessary and fully justified at the time. And we have so many more details about this case, including information from the initial report, all of it posted for you on WTHR.com.